35 today.
Ye old Harry.
Low tonight about 15. Welcome to spring. Friday, partly cloudy, 40 for a high. This is the Bob and Tom program. We're back. And
good morning. I have a fax here from the last story you were talking about, the
yes,
French.
That couldn't
the
be
airboats.
true.
Yes.
Right.
Says the U.S. Forestry Service commonly uses this type of aircraft.
Wow.
More commonly called air tankers.
Oh, to drop water on forest fires.
Yes.
Well, I've seen that, but
Yeah.
do they actually fly into lakes and
And
just...
Yes.
scoop it up?
Scoop up the water.
Wow.
Oh, I'd like to. That's cool.
So this...
So you got to be a pretty good pilot, I would think. But
Don't want to go too deep.
let's put it this way:
No.
if there's a forest fire, I would avoid swimming in the lakes nearby.
This can't be true. This would have been a huge news story.
yeah, you would have. That would have.
If this were true, this would have been a huge news
It's certainly
that would
possible.
have been in USA
story.
Today.
I think it's an urban legend.
Would you go ahead and do that? Okay.
Certainly possible.
Well, good morning. Now, there's a little bit of chaos in our studios right now before we get to sports because we have our guest bikini waxee.
Waxy.
Tammy is here. Good morning, Tammy.
Tammy.
Here, Tammy.
Tammy's-
Hold the microphone, honey. There you go.
Tammy's in love.
Tammy called us or faxed us yesterday saying she would be willing to get a bikini wax on the air. And Jill is our registered cosmetologist. Have you started cooking the wax yet, Jill?
Yes.
It's cooking in there?
Yes.
Now, this is legal in the state of Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Waxing?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Chick is going to have the small of his back waxed. That area we have dubbed the Harry Wally.
Now, can we, Jill?
Yes.
Can you come close to a microphone? Can we, instead of waxing the entire area of Chick, can we actually do like a smiley face on his back?
Well, it's a pretty small area, so I don't know. Probably.
Bob, let's just get all the hair off. Also with us in the studio right now, comedian, friend of the show, Bob Worley.
Hi,
Bob,
Bob.
good morning.
Good morning. Hey, guys. So, now what part of the back? Are you getting your back
this
waxed?
part
This
right
right-
here.
A little
sort of
tuft right above his
Oh,
ass.
don't show me that. Jeez, keep your pants on, for God's sake.
Look at that. I can part that. Look
Don't do that. Oh, God, jeez. Oh, man, I didn't need to see that first thing in the morning.
I know, that is disgusting, isn't
Now,
it?
how did you even know you had it there?
Why don't you
most
just
guys-
nuzzle that, Bob? Just nuzzle that a
Not
little
now.
bit.
That's
How did you know you had that, Chick? Do you regularly stand in front of a mirror naked with a...
I do the pee-pee dance, sure. I'll admit it now.
How can
Yes,
you look
that's
behind
where
you. Most men don't even know they have hair on their back until they go to the beach and friends like beating them with sticks trying to get something off them. My God, there's a weasel on them.
Actually, one day I was getting out of the shower. I never will forget I was getting out of the shower. And
He passed a mirror.
I always brush my teeth naked. Don't know why, just always have. And
What?
I was brushing my teeth.
Because things jiggle.
I was
when you
brushing my
brush.
teeth.
That's not good.
And I turned. Someone called to me in the hall. I remember. Yes, yes. And I thought there was someone behind me, but it was the hair on my back.
Abe
And I
Lincoln
thought,
behind you.
say, what is that?
You know, women dig
Very
that, though.
nice.
It's a good
Wow.
story. I don't believe
Women
it.
dig hair on people's backs. Let me wait a
Don't
minute.
they? Oh,
No.
I mean, women hate that.
Christy
That's what I
speaks for all
meant to say.
women.
Yeah,
No, they
like
don't.
that.
Okay.
Well, maybe down there. That's kind of sexy, but not up here on the shoulder.
Oh, they don't?
I got a little on my
You
shoulder.
like the hair just a couple inches above the ass?
That's not a bad look, but not up here.
It's not a
Shoulder?
bad look.
Something to hold on to.
It's like, why in the
kinda-
world would you
kinda
have
sexy.
hair growing out there and not on your head?
You know what I like?
Kind of sexy.
Hair
chick.
coming out of a mole. I like that. That's what I like.
Can you wax that?
Do you have hair on your back, like up here?
A little bit, a little coloring,
Chick is like a
little
bear.
texturing.
So that's
very
not good.
Herschel.
No,
then?
Wow.
my legs are the hairiest though. See that?
Jeez, God, why do I got to sit
look-
next to him?
Look at those gams.
See, look at that, huh?
You have
not-
nice legs. too.
Those
right
are
on
hairy. Now, are your legs that hairy, Tammy?
No, not
Okay, no.
Good. Oh,
Tammy,
not
have you,
today.
have you been waxed before?
No, I
Hey,
haven't.
is that
See, we're looking
Uh-oh.
forward to seeing how
So
Terry,
then you're
how Tammy
a
responds to the waxing.
virgin.
As far as waxing is
Oh,
concerned, and we don't need to delve any farther.
Now let's talk just briefly.
Does
By
he
the way-
belong to her?
By the way, can I say that the boyfriend is down here, looking all ripped and shredded, ready to kick our ass? Okay. Can
I
I?
wondered who.
Or is this
he
the
was.
husband or the boyfriend or
The fiance.
Yeah.
That's the fiance. That's
Remember,
Chris.
they're getting ready for the cruise.
Oh,
Oh,
your name's
Yes,
Chris?
I'm on a cruise.
You know, Chris, I've been married a couple of times.
Chick. And this is the last guy
We
you
need
want.
to have a big.
This is the last guy you want to take advice from. Okay.
I got 2 words for you: pre-nuptial. You do that, you're set. I'm sure you're in love and everything. Sure.
Chick.
Huh?
Okay, now,
But that wears
this
off.
is not a love
doesn't it?
counseling.
Bitter?
Man, you need to ease up. This guy needs to ease
now,
up.
Tammy and Chris are. When are you getting married? Huh?
April
April of
Oh,
'97.
so you got another year.
97, okay.
So you're going. When are you going on the cruise?
This April, next month.
Okay, I don't think I have to use the word sin, but living in sin.
Sid?
You wanted to be fresh and relatively hair free for the journey, which is, I think, admirable. I think all the guys in here would give you a round of applause. So we're going to demonstrate the waxing technique, and if we could speak to Jill for just a second, could you elaborate a little bit? Now, as I understand it, the waxing technique, you are now heating up wax in some little machine over there.
It's a cauldron.
In a warmer.
In a warmer.
Crock pot.
It looks like a fondue pot.
Yes, it does.
Now, do you ladle the wax onto the area, or how do you get it?
How do you...
It looks like a tongue depressor that a doctor would use. That's
Oh, I see that. The
Fine.
little
The stick?
Yeah.
It's
So
just a wooden stick?
so then you
that
would-
can't be sterile.
I use a clean one every.
So then you will smear the hot wax onto the
Area.
sensitive upper thigh area of Tammy, our volunteer.
Yeah, come on.
And then how long does the wax have to cool?
It doesn't. You put the cloth over it and rip it off.
Then you rip it off.
Man, leave the horse
really?
rip.
It
Thus-
thought you had
doesn't,
to
it
leave
doesn't
it there for a
solidify?
while.
No.
So you
No.
actually are then ripping the
It's
hair
on
out of the hair
Before you know it.
follicle.
Yes, you're taking
Okay.
the hair bulb out.
The hair
So
hair
there
bulb?
won't- Yes, the hair bulb. So there won't be hair growth for 2 weeks.
I gotta
Now
go.
I heard that
It
if
will
you
be
keep
clean.
doing this over a period of years, that eventually there won't be any hair growing there, right? Is that correct?
Or skin.
Well,
Yeah, or
It will
sensitive.
take us-
You won't
it will
feel
take us
anything
a
down
while.
there either.
Big-
And isn't now the time to
Some
plant your
weeks
hair
have
bulbs
seven.
so that they'll come up?
Fine. So
I'm sorry, now what was your name again?
Jill.
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 Like it matters. Anyway, the thing is,
What is wrong with you
You are
today?
such a dick.
Chick's just...
what is with you all of a sudden?
Chick is...
Well,
you know,
You should be
Christy,
nice
she
to
speaks
our
for all
guests.
women.
I was
That's right.
nice to Jill earlier off
You
the
were?
air. This is
Okay.
the on-air chick. Stop working my side of the street. Anyway, the thing is,
Chick's frightened.
I heard I'm lashing out. I'm
She's
frightened. I'm
seeing
lashing
shapes.
out. The Jill said that Tammy can lay on the table or something. She needs a nice hard surface.
Yeah.
And then Jill said, I could just bend over a chair.
Well, that's
Well,
because
when
we're
I
just
think
doing
about
the
it-
small of your back.
I think she's
Well,
doing
we
you
told
different.
you we were
I
waxing
think
your
she's going to
back.
do me different. That's what I think.
Stick a big candle in there.
She's
and let
going to
it slowly
stick a
melt.
candle in my...
Now is the
hang me
wax
upside down. And
is the wax ready?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, now
Oh, is it?
we have on our rather large broadcast booth. We've set some towels down. I'm sorry we
Now,
don't
wait
have
a
a
minute.
proper
Who's going
table.
first?
Wait a minute. Now, Tammy's probably going to go first because I'm going to
Okay.
be the big finish.
Okay.
And
Jeez.
now, wait a minute. Before this happens, Tammy's going to take her pants off, and I want each and every one of you gentlemen in this room
Mm-hmm.
to remember that the fiance is here, and if nothing else, we're gentlemen and mature adults.
All right. Go right ahead.
Go ahead.
Go right ahead, Tammy.
She
Okay.
did tell me to wear the flag. So.
Okay.
Tammy's wearing a sweatsuit. Now she's removing the bottoms.
Oh yeah! Oh boy!
Please. Do you mind? I'm.
Wow, we have a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah, baby.
Now I guess you're
Tammy
gonna...
has removed the bottom of her sweatsuit, and you're wearing a big sweatshirt, so I can't see. Oh, you're wearing a rather,
Oh, that's a... Oh.
rather.
God bless America, land that I love.
Tammy is wearing.
Beside her.
She is wearing a red, white, and blue star-spangled bikini bottom.
Do you see the heart? There's a heart there. There's a little tanned heart.
Oh, you're tanning with a little heart.
Oh,
Oh,
very
I
nice.
see. I see.
Oh, yeah.
God, and your stomach's
Oh,
flat.
baby.
You know what you
I'm
see?
so
You know what that means when you see that?
What?
Like a little tanned heart like that.
What?
She does it.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Her boyfriend's really looking at you now.
Yeah, now... Yeah, he's rolling up his sleeves.
what's
Chick.
your name, boyfriend?
It's Chris.
Chris.
Christy, you're such a dick.
Thanks, chick.
Now,
What's your name, boyfriend?
Tammy is going to lie down on our broadcast facility
All right.
table here.
Lie down.
Yeah, well, unless
Well,
you want to just
I-
sit
Can you
there.
jump up there?
Can you sit? What's the proper position for this, Jill? I'm not familiar with.
Laying down,
Okay.
okay.
This is just like a table dance.
Okay.
It really is. Yeah,
No.
don't sit on a knob.
Oh no, we
there's
have a
a
little
pillow
pillow
here.
for
look
your
at this.
head.
Pillow
There
and
you go.
everything.
Okay, now.
Oh, you don't want
Those
to
knobs
want to lay
there.
back because you're going to lay on those
Yeah,
Yeah,
knobs.
you want to
right
lay this way.
No.
Put your head this way.
Maybe I should lay on the table and she can kind of lay over on me.
Yeah.
That would
I
be
don't-
all right.
We can show her how to lay down on the table.
Now,
Oh, you're going to lay this way? Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
Tammy is now putting her feet
Yeah,
toward
she's-
Christy's face. Have you shaved recently, Tammy? Just, is this like when you go to the dentist, you brush your teeth before you go?
You're not supposed to shave for a couple of weeks before you have this done.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah,
do you,
you don't want
do
to
you
have hair there to
consider
rip out.
do you consider yourself particularly hairy?
Here, I'll hold your legs up for you.
Oh, I'll do that.
Actually, I'm not that hairy.
Okay.
But go for it.
I think it could be smoother.
Could be smoother.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask the boyfriend.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, it can be smoother.
Yeah, he's giving us the.
I mean, as a
could we-
woman, I don't enjoy shaving. Do
Excuse
you?
me, Christy. I'm going to do something I may regret. I'm going to give you my credit card, but only briefly. I'd like to do the credit card test, a before and after.
Uh-huh.
I think it's fair, don't you? I'm not.
Fellas, there's
On
a
this fire-
half-naked lady laying on the console.
On this thigh, we're going to use Edge Gel.
Do you mind? Do you mind if we do the credit card test? Is that a problem with you, Tammy?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Would you prefer American Express, Visa,
Do you have a gold card?
Ameritech?
Express.
Here, we're going to have to stand again. 'cause
No,
I
so
don't think
I do not have the gold card. I'm sorry. I have the traditional American Express green.
All right.
There we go.
Now, Christy, we're going to ask
least
you
you have one.
to
And Christy, that number?
3-7. No.
fine.
That's
All right. Now get a mic over there near the.
Okay. Near
Okay,
the,
here we go.
Now this
Wait
is
a minute.
the
This is
area.
so embarrassing.
Hello.
Christy now has a microphone
right.
over the. Now,
Christy.
could you?
Tammy, you are a hell of a good sport. Can I just tell you that right now?
You know, I have
You know,
not.
I am a team player, but I wouldn't do this.
I haven't seen
I'll
the
do it.
affected area.
No. Maybe the boyfriend
so-
should.
Quite frankly, I would have to use the word 5 o'clock shadow.
Really?
Right now, I'm saying, look, Tammy looks. She's got a pillow.
Tammy looks comfortable.
I want to do the show like this.
Now, Tammy, if you could, I don't mean to be too personal. Could you take your feet and separate them by about 6 inches? Just there we go.
A little bit.
Now I got the.
Tom,
Come on, baby.
Tom, what are you doing? Are you taking some personal photos? Or?
$1. Worley's got $1 out.
There we go.
Chris,
No, I
Chris
was.
is laughing. That's good.
Maybe
I
we
was-
should have Chris do the credit card.
Yeah, there we go.
I just wanted to have the full
Chris, why don't you
view
do
so
this?
that I could see the. Okay, fine. Now the boyfriend's going to do the thing.
Well, it's kind of
He's a little more used to that area.
Fine.
Wow, I've never seen it with the lights on.
It's far too bright in here. Turn the lights out.
Doesn't look like that in the back of your 4-wheel drive, does it? Wait a second. I've got to get a picture for the internet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on a minute.
How does this thing work?
Stir it, boy.
How does this camera work? I have no idea. This is this digital camera we use for our internet stuff. Just press this button on top.
Be careful with it.
Okay, now, Chris.
Delicate piece of equipment.
Okay, Tammy,
Let
pardon
me
me.
move the mic.
You know, that really
Yeah,
looks
could you move the
perverted.
mic for a second?
That mic swinging over her genitals.
You don't want her to spread her
me.
legs any farther, do you?
No, but I don't want Chris to hold my American Express card up to the.
Oh, good boy.
Suddenly, I'm getting a lot of mail order stuff on my bill.
Hey, why'd the furnace just kick on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby. Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
Taking a quick
He's got very
snapshot.
close, wasn't he?
Excuse me, can you get closer? We're really not getting the full. I think you're gonna have to go over there, Cookie, and take the shot because.
I think it's time to apply the wax, actually.
can we
No,
do
we
the
can't
credit
apply the
card
wax.
test?
Fine, credit
We
card
can't?
test, please.
Chris?
Here we go. Get the mic over there. You don't have to do both sides, Chris. Calm down. You're not like a waiter taking the crumbs off a table.
Okay, here we
Here we go.
Ouch.
Okay, now try going this way.
Sounds smooth to me. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Oh, my.
Well,
Tammy.
I'm sorry, Tammy, or do you mind if we call you Butch?
Oh. See? Tammy, you're a good sport.
She's a hell of a sport.
Can I have the credit card? By the way, I
Yes.
do have some Formula 409.
Okay.
I'll be douching this.
She's a very clean lady.
He's actually cleaning off his credit
What a
card.
nice host.
I'm sure.
No.
I am sure she's clean.
No.
That is the most anal thing
I've ever seen.
I agree.
I'm just cleaning off my credit card. I'm sorry. Tammy,
He
don't
just
take that.
doesn't want us,
Don't take that the wrong
scent
way.
to stay in his wallet.
Tom, I was using your American Express card the other day.
And it smelled.
Like a woman.
And
I wonder who'd been cleaning the magazine at Men's Club.
We have to take a break.
what?
I'm sorry.
Hold that
Okay,
thought.
we can't apply the wax though until we're on the air. Because
That's right.
How hot is the wax, temperature-wise? Do you have any idea?
Molten lava.
Is it like some flesh melting 300
No,
degrees?
No. If it were that hot, people wouldn't continue to do this.
That's
yes, they
correct.
would.
Well, you're
Christy.
not doing it.
People are idiots. They'll do all kinds of things that they
I
read
didn't say
about
I
in
would
Vogue
never do
magazine.
it, but not in
Once.
front of you guys. There ain't no way.
Oh, come
Okay.
on, Christy.
Well-
Give it up, Christy.
Tammy, are you comfortable?
Yes, I'm very comfortable.
Okay, good. We're
You
comfortable
you
there
look
too.
like it. Look at this.
We're
pillow and everything else.
to take a short break. Now we're gonna have to. I have to mark the place on the tape where we have the sound because I want to compare the sound before and after.
All right. Well,
What?
Hey, we're not going to do this to Chick's butt, too, are we?
No.
Credit card? No.
Credit
They're
card.
just,
See, what-
they just want to hear me scream
It's like
and
a
see me
slot
bleed.
thing.
That's
See,
all
with
they...
Chick's butt, we're just going to pass the credit
Just
card
right
through
through.
the slot.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
we're using Bob's card for that one.
Swiping.
And then it's up to me to say accepted or denied. I'll say processing. Accepted, denied.
Wait for clerk to punch
Wait
in
for
number.
clerk to punch in number.
We'll be right back
right.
with a live hot waxing on this, the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello.
Waxing in
You're
just a
fine.
moment here. First off, from Q95, I-70 east of Greencastle at Jackknife Semi. I-74 eastbound and westbound at Crawfordsville is not moving. Jackknifed semi-trailer.
And US 36 west of Danville is still shut down because of drifting snow.
Okay, variably cloudy today, cold, flurries possible, high about 35. Not much warmer tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 40.
Boy, spring is really blooming here.
This is the Bob and Tom Show, and joining us in the studio, a host of guests this morning. We have Tammy, who is currently
Lying prone on our table.
Reclining.
no, she's supine.
Supine. Sorry.
If she were prone, she'd
Should
be
be up.
on her belly.
Yes.
She's on her back.
Can we do the prone position for a
Can
while?
we do the belly
That's
thing?
chick.
Unfortunately, I was going to say that's Chick.
Can we do
That's
the belly
chick.
thing?
That's
That's
right.
Big
chick.
butt up
The
in there.
reason
Come on, fellas.
The reason that Tammy is lying on
Line
her
up.
back, because here in the Bob and Tom Show, we are demonstrating the cosmetic procedure known as hair waxing. This was invented by Hitler, I believe about 1937. The process involves pouring hot wax onto the flesh, the soft tissue,
You know what it's like?
the
No.
sensitive tissue near the groin area.
It's not pouring. It's like spackling, actually.
Yeah, you're going to use Jill.
No,
Jill
for
is
you,
here.
it's boring.
Jill is a licensed cosmetologist. She will be applying the hot wax to Tammy's sensitive area near her most feminine groin area
yeah.
type places.
Near the Golden Valley of the Himalayas.
Now,
Near the salad bar.
Tammy,
What all men seek.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
I
not
gotta go
all.
home.
Well,
you've got
most.
That's true. You're
You've got
right.
Richard Gere. Now, Tammy, you have a microphone before you.
Yes,
So
I
you,
do.
you can make a comment at any time if you feel like it. Now, are you ready for the wax to be applied?
Yes.
Okay.
Should we remove our headsets first in case she screams?
No.
No,
She's
no.
not going to screw you.
These have a
Now, Jill is
special muffler on them.
Yeah, right.
appropriate to have a muffler today of all days.
All right.
What are you applying now there, Jill?
Antiseptic.
Antiseptic. Okay, so this is like...
Wait a minute. There's a cause for concern about infection? Is that...
No, just make it clean.
Okay, now, once again, Tammy is wearing a red, white, and blue flag-themed bikini bottom.
God bless America.
That I love.
Sorry.
Oh,
now,
Bob, stand up. Look at this. My goodness.
I'm just going to pray.
what are you applying
Wow, a
now?
little powder.
Powder.
Okay, a little suave baby care powder.
You remember Gabby?
Excuse me while I reposition myself.
Okay. Bob is now climbing over the board.
table.
Oh, my.
I'm reminded
Would you
of,
like to stand over
this
here
is
and I
kinda
can
like-
run the board for you?
Kind of like a bird's eye view here.
For some reason, looking at this, I'm reminded of the late 60s television show Wagon Train with...
Did he have the long...
Gabby Hayes?
The long,
was Gabby Hayes
No,
in that?
wasn't
did he have the
no?
long sideburns?
No, it was...
Did he have the sideburns?
Uh-oh, here we
Okay,
go.
here, wait a second. Now, the hot wax...
Oh, I see their faces.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Oh, is that
light
the
up.
hot, Tammy?
Is it hot?
The wax is green. Tammy, let's talk to Tammy. Tammy, how hot is it?
Oh, it's
Warm.
Is it hotter than McDonald's coffee?
no.
Because
Been waiting for that, haven't you?
because that's the test. The test if it's as hot as the McDonald's coffee that burned the groin of that elderly woman, it's too hot.
No, it's not. It's about lukewarm.
Okay.
Lukewarm,
Could
okay.
I feel it? Can you put a little on my finger,
Man,
here,
it was-
please?
Why did you pick green for the color of the wax? It looks like you got an awful infection.
It's not really too warm.
Now put it on your pubic
Can you get
area.
it hotter for Chick?
I just have some on my finger here. Though.
Okay,
Oh,
now
my
we-
Lord. Oh, sweet baby
Now wait a
Jesus.
second. Wait, no, Jill. What are you doing now? You're putting a piece of paper onto the wax. What's
It's
that?
a cloth strip.
Okay.
Okay. Now and
And
then.
that's what's going to adhere to the wax, and that will therefore pull the hair
Okay.
off.
No. I want total silence, men.
All right.
Now, how you're gonna tell me before you tear? I want you to count to 3 before you tear this off, Jill.
Get the mic
Okay. 1, 2, 3. We have hair.
We have hair.
Wow,
Could
we
I,
have
Have a
hair.
hair off.
could I see
Now,
the?
see, Tammy,
Oh, my God.
Could I see the piece of?
she does have some.
Can we frame that?
Oh my Lord! There's hair all over this thing now.
Well, apparently it works, huh?
Did it hurt?
What?
Uh-huh.
So
But it's just real brief.
It's
isn't
real,
it?
very brief.
that was the second one.
Kind of
Yow.
a pleasure pain.
Wow, no,
Yeah.
that one is quite bushy, quite frankly. You must have really gone in deep on that one. That's thicker than my sideburns, quite frankly.
When is the piercer coming in?
That's
We
later.
can't
we
do
can't
that.
do that
Wait,
on the
that's
air.
against the law
Is that
in the
against law in the
state.
state? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to show you my
We have
new
some-
piercing, but I guess I won't.
Oh my goodness, we didn't get it all the first time.
So now you're
we're
going for a
reapplying.
second,
Not because she shaved recently.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't let it grow out.
All right.
Oh, you gotta
okay.
let it go. Huh?
So wait, slow down a second. In order to get a good grip on it, you're supposed to grow it as long as you can before you wax it.
You should give it about 2 weeks.
Like an Amish person? Just a big, huge thing
Sure.
popping out.
So you should do this like every 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
here
What
we
does
go.
this
again.
cost?
You could do it. You really don't have to do it every 2 weeks because once you wax the hair, it's going to take 2 weeks for it to grow back.
So it'd be 4 weeks.
To heal.
So
About once a month then?
yeah, that one's
How much does this set you
people
back?
Can go longer.
How much is a?
Bikini wax is 14.
That was the
14
bikini wax.
bucks.
When you do the bikini wax, how low do you go? I mean, if you're dealing with some woman who's like a gorilla, do you go like
It's
to the knees,
where
or
they-
where do you call it quits?
Well, bikini wax is just up here.
Just the upper area.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you also do the legs?
Yes, we
What
do.
does a leg wax cost?
Well, a half leg. Some people do the knee below.
Are you dealing with some kind of?
Don't even
Some sort of
say.
war veteran?
What if you? Not. I mean, what if you have people who have their entire bodily parts when they
Hey.
walk in?
Oh,
Tammy's
man, now
getting-
it's getting
that one.
now it's getting red and irritated. I ain't doing it.
I
Sorry.
felt that.
See ya. Good night, everybody. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you coming. Good night.
Shouldn't you put some lotion on that
Nothing
or something?
to it, chick.
I will put oil on there.
Oh, well, great. That'll make it better, won't it?
I have to change microphones. Get a little closer now to see. Now, what?
Chick, you haven't shaved lately.
What
have you?
about
Not my back. No.
Those
Yeah,
are
okay.
where you pull the hair bulb.
the red bumps where the hairs used to be?
Yeah. And it's going to be red because the bulb is
Okay.
bigger than the actual follicle.
How long is it going to be
That's
red
where
like
the
that?
pain comes in.
For 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, so not long at all.
Yeah, because the boyfriend just leaned in and went, wait a minute. Hey.
Hey, that looks.
I'm not going to start calling her freckles.
This meat's tenderized.
Okay, so now you're doing what over there?
Just putting oil.
Putting some oil on
Rubbing,
the.
some
Uh-huh.
rubbing. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Is that oil of Olay?
Would you do this again?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, you're about to do it again. Aren't you going to do the other side?
Side.
Tammy, could you come back and do it here again? Never mind.
Bob?
Every Thursday, we can make this like a standing date.
Now, you are going to do the other side. Is that correct? Because otherwise you'd look kind of lopsided in
Yeah.
your bikini. You'd be walking down the deck of the ship and someone would go,
Hey, look! She's got a comb over. All right,
okay, now we're doing the other side.
Chick, what kind of
yeah.
bikini are you wearing?
Well, it's a free throw pouch thing with a mesh pocket.
The
And
thong, too,
The
isn't it?
thong. It goes
Yeah,
right
sure.
up the old ass. And
Now, this isn't a thong you're wearing, is it,
No.
Tammy?
No.
Do you own a thong?
Not a bikini, no.
Okay.
Are they-
ho, ho, ho.
Oh, what do you mean? Not a bikini, no, but
Like thong panties? Is that what you own?
Well,
They make thong panties?
Oh, well, yeah.
Are those
Where have you
illegal?
been?
Her boyfriend's giving you the knowing look like, I bought them. yeah, bought them, boxed
Yeah.
them, seen them, done that, got the
Got
T-shirt.
the T-shirt.
Sure.
A lot of women wear thong panties underneath, like, very revealing dresses so they don't have a panty line.
Oh, we have a rip coming.
Wait a minute. Okay, well, look at the look. Wait, stop for 1 second. Tammy has a look on her face, anticipating great pain. Oh, the boyfriend's now taking pictures.
well, why not?
Just get the video camera in here.
Okay, now you've got the cloth on the hot wax. Go ahead and rip.
Son of a...
Sounds like a puppy being hit by a car.
I don't feel very good.
A
after
little
that one.
squeak.
It doesn't seem to.
How does it feel, Tammy?
Doesn't sound all that bad.
Mother.
oh, just instant
Plus
pain.
bucket.
Instant pain.
Look, she has tears in
She
her
does
eyes.
have tears in her eyes. I
Oh,
feel.
man.
There's no way I'm doing this. She's crying.
I need
What
some
am I
air.
going to do?
Because she's sensitive,
I'm
chick.
going to sob like a little baby.
You are. You're going to cry like a baby.
Tammy, I'm
No, it feels fine now.
Okay, you're
Just
fine
a
now.
split second of pain.
Okay, don't use the word split with your legs like that.
Listen to the host.
Boy, the bus
Listen.
pulls in and you get out and stop in Gutter Town, don't you? Boy, oh boy.
Now, Tammy,
Wow.
you're a very tall lady, are you not?
Yes, I am.
How tall are you?
About 5'9".
About 5'9". Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can't help notice
Most
that
of it
because
legs, I noticed.
Yeah, I was going to say because your legs are
Up to her
4
chest.
inches from my face right now, and I can't help it.
Notice they're very long and supple. And
After your legs have been there for 40 minutes, I just noticed they're all so long.
Well, it's like if you back up, you'll see the knees.
Now, are
Tammy,
we
very good. You
Are
were a
we
very good
finished
subject.
yet, or is there a couple more?
No, just because she didn't let her. She shaved recently, so she's not going to get a clean wax. Chick
Been
will.
bad.
Okay, no, so
Chick will be the
so
true
she's gonna
test.
so where she has a little bit of stubble still, she's going to have to.
She's going to have to let it grow for a couple weeks.
Okay, so this seems kind of counterproductive. You have to let it grow in order to get it off.
If
so
she would have let it grow for a couple weeks, she would be clean right now. There wouldn't be any stubble.
okay, but prior to the time she gets it, waxed, she's walking around. Everyone's going, "Hey, have you seen Bigfoot?"
So timing is critical, is what you're
Over there
saying.
taking a
Yes.
shower.
Yes.
Huge, massive. Well, let's do the credit card test again, shall we?
Is this side done?
Oh, you want more?
Yeah.
Can
Can we put the credit card test now where the place we were before and see?
or would that be?
You need to do it
Would
right
that
there.
irritate?
Credit card.
Can we do it the same?
It shouldn't irritate.
Okay, here's the card again, Chris. Once again,
Easy.
now put the mic right up there, and we'll see. Now we'll compare this later. We'll take the recorded audio and roll it back. Go ahead.
Well, it's-
Much smoother.
now do her leg instead of my face.
Do that again. Do that again. Okay, that's her upper leg. Now here, give it to me on the other side, and I'll do my chin here.
Yeah.
Watch my credit card again.
That is so sick.
You didn't see anything jump off it, did you?
oh man,
I noticed you didn't clean it before you rubbed your face with
Yeah.
it. though.
I'm
That's
concerned
amazing.
about it. I don't want to have some freckle walking
Yeah,
down my
baby.
chin
Well,
later
how do you
today.
think I felt it was? What, in your pocket?
Well, yeah. Fine, Tim, yeah.
Good point. Well put.
One for the guest.
Fine.
It's been sitting next to your ace all day long. Come on.
Fine. There's
card up your ace. Throw you that it. You're
okay, now we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with sports and the waxing of Chick's back.
Are we going to do it while he does sports?
Yes. And
Are we going to do it while he does sports?
Now, what's that funnel for? What,
Hey,
you're going to pour that
I
funnel?
don't talk like that. young
Pour
man.
it down.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Anyway,
well, we'll take a short break. And
All
thank
right.
you very much, Tammy.
Tammy,
Nice job,
now I just have to bend over, right? I don't have to
that's right. You just
stand right
You
here.
just assume the position, Jim.
stand right over here. Come on
Wiggle.
over and wipe
Wiggle
me
you.
up and wiggle my.
I got to go.
We'll take a short break and come right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
BQ Indianapolis, Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. You haven't even started
One's
yet.
Quiet
touched
down.
you.
I want to thank Jill from Scandals. She is our licensed cosmetologist. She'll be doing our waxing today, Scandals in Castleton. This portion of our program brought to you by...
The Welliver family of dealerships. Exuberance, superabundance, deluge, overloaded with a great selection of late model trucks and off-lease vehicles ready for sale at all three Welliver locations: Lebanon, Mooresville, Welliver Chevrolet at Martinsville, Welliver Olds Pontiac. GMC Spring Fire Sale still going on. Remember, if they don't sell enough cars, they're going to fire everybody. Welliver, drive a little, save a lot.
Thank you very much.
You'll be a Belliver at Welliver. See, believer doesn't actually.
Yeah,
rhyme.
okay. Variably cloudy today. Winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Flurries possible. High today of only 35 degrees.
All right.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is the Bob and Tom program, and we have just finished viewing the so-called bikini waxing of
me.
Tammy, our
Take-
volunteer. Tammy, you feeling
Take
fine now? Tammy's over in the corner,
Have a little coffee.
nursing a cup of coffee, along with Chris, her fiance. And Jill is still here, our licensed cosmetologist. She's going to do some waxing. Again, this time
had a-
she's going to wax
Man,
the
Jill?
lower back of Chick McGee.
Do you wax yourself?
I don't wax myself. I
Wait,
have someone
wait a minute.
else do it for me. Someone
Okay,
else
but
for
you
me.
do actually get
Yes.
waxed. So
Yes.
it's
You
not
don't.
something-
One does not wax oneself, then typically.
Well, you could, but
probably
I
about
just
half.
can't do that to
Probably
myself.
halfway up.
Is it because it hurts?
no,
No, it doesn't hurt at all, Chick.
not at all.
Chick, by the way, we have a
What are the
fax.
scissors for?
A fax for you, Chick?
I may have to cut his hair. I don't know how long it is.
Ponytail kind of popping out of the thing.
Chick,
No.
you are a real man for doing this.
Yes, you are.
I'm not a real man.
Says, I'm proud of
I'm
you,
a badass.
Tanya.
I think ass is a good word to use.
By the way, now when we started doing this, we did a little credit card test on Tammy's thigh to hear how much hair she had in that area, so we could present it to you in an audio form. Mm-hmm. And then we did a before and after thing. So my credit card was used to actually test the groin area for just to make sure that it was okay, and it was used to test and see what the density of the hair was in Tammy's groin area. Someone sent us the following poem.
Oh, all right.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Tammy, you're sweet, but your MasterCard. Woo!
Hey.
Now, I don't think the credit card test will work as well with Chick because his hair is long and fine. He's never
be able to pass
shaved.
the credit card across his back.
Now, I'm going to walk over here with
ahead,
this
Tom. Get in there.
other mic, and I'm now
Dive
behind
right in there.
Here
Chick.
we go, Chick. Shake it up for me, baby.
Come on, Chick.
Okay,
Here's
You're
a
in
dollar,
the
big boy.
let me get plugged in over here. There we go. Now, Chick, this is the lower part of Chick's back. In kind of a V shape, but sort of a triangle of hair, probably about the size of I don't know, what is it, about 5 inches by 5 inches by 5 inches, pretty much.
I didn't know the back of your lower back could sweat just independently on its own. Yeah.
Now, Jill, if you don't mind, could you grab Chick's pants, just pull them down a little? How far down does that hair go?
I can't need to see that.
Right there is where we're stopping.
I just want to see, does it go all the way down to the crack?
As a matter of fact, yes. Don't drip any of the water.
You don't have to finger yourself to find out.
I like that.
Chick,
What's that funnel for?
can you turn your chair around so she has better access?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're.
Oh, yeah,
back of your
the
chair.
back of your
You
chair.
need to, like,
Does this
lean
come
on-
off the chair, the chair
Well, she
back?
could just turn it around and lean against
Okay,
it.
there you go. Now you can get good access. Now, lean forward, Chick. Excuse me just a second. I'm just going to pull that down.
Oh, jeez.
I notice you're wearing jockeys today, Chick.
Ow. Wait a minute. Tom?
Yes.
Whatever you're doing, don't stop.
Chick, that hair goes all the way down the...
Well, leave it alone.
Okay.
I'm a badass.
Okay, now...
I'm a badass.
Welcome to the main event.
Are you ready to rumble?
Okay. No, hang on a second.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Okay, we have our theme music.
Are you ready for this?
Okay, could you lower the music? Now, Jill, how would you describe this area? The hair is how long, approximately?
I don't know, about almost 2 inches.
My God!
So now, I noticed you have your scissors, so you're going to actually
Nothing
trim...
on my body is 2 inches long.
You're going to trim this with scissors then prior to waxing?
I wish you should be on my side looking at Chick.
Doesn't it look like I'm taking it right up the old...
It really does.
Did you get a good shot of this for the internet? Okay, good. Well, Jill, go ahead and go trim away here.
Oh, my.
Here we
So how much do you have to cut off, Jill?
Normally, I like to part it in the middle. And if I could feather it back, that would be good. And,
Did you jump? A little at first.
A little at first.
You can hear Jill
snip,
cutting.
Snip, snip.
Jill has a very nice touch. Well, Jill's cutting my back here.
Maybe we should jump into
Some sports?
the old sporting action.
Let's see. NBA. Good morning, sports fans. Bob, Tom, Christy.
Chick.
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 Interested onlookers? NBA teams continue to jockey for playoff position.
Is it ready?
Knicks beat the Pacers 102-99.
Okay, wait a second. Now she's going to
Last
put
night.
this. Which lotion is this you're putting on his back?
Patrick Ewing had...
It's the antiseptic.
Okay, the antiseptic lotion going on. Knicks beat the Pacers, huh?
Chick,
Yes.
it looks like someone's taking a bullet out of your ass.
Oh, Stumpy, bite on this bullet.
Yeah, this is the part of the movie where then you hear the tongs and the bullet hit the pan.
Yep.
Jill has a very nice touch.
Does she?
That's not Jill.
We have a special guest in the studio.
Bobby Bob, Tommy Tom, miss you.
Warren, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Lord deliver.
I'm just putting a little Suave baby care powder on there now, chicky chick. And then Jill and I will
Wish we were on TV.
we'll start the waxing.
Now, you let me know when the wax goes on.
Here comes the wax.
I've heard it's a little warm.
It's kind of a teal. Here comes the
I
wax.
want to know when the wax goes. Ah!
I hope that wasn't Warren.
And now for the wax. That wax seems to be a different color.
So it feels like sort of like you've been hit in the back with a load of hot wax.
Arcing,
Steaming.
Hot wax.
End over ending.
All right, so
Now we're applying now in a square area. Jill is applying hot wax in an area about, I'd say, 4 inches by 5 inches on the small of Chick's backs. This is an area of the back technically known as the hairy Wally. Now Jill is applying. Excuse me for one second. Don't do anything yet, Jill, because I don't want anything knocked over here in case Chick has a bad response to the pain.
Chick, you can actually muffle the screams with the pillow if you like.
You bite the pillow. You pillow biter.
Okay, now Jill, you have applied the cloth to the hot wax and the hair, and now you're just going to rip it off. Is that correct? Okay, you count to 3 and go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
You are the sunshine.
Wait a second. Look at the piece of cloth. the piece of cloth is very hairy. It looks.
Son of a bitch!
Chick, you are smooth as a baby's butt now back here.
Damn!
You are really. That really took the hair off.
There's no way that's the way that's supposed to go. Is it? And people pay for this?
You could say that and use that as a false beard.
Thank God it's over. I won't have to go through that again.
Now we have to do the other half. We've only got half of it done. Actually, we only have two-thirds of it done, so there'll be one more coating of wax.
Ow, son of a... that was a surprise one.
You're supposed to warn him, Jill. Warn him when you're going to yank the...
Count, yeah.
Okay. Now
I heard no counting. There was no counting there.
No.
Silent.
This is off air, Tom. Chick is sweating quite a bit now.
Chick's tearing up.
Okay.
Making the wax sweat? Stick. Oh,
the sweating?
Yeah.
Okay, now, once again,
Sweating.
go ahead, and are you going to count to 3 before you pull it off, okay, Jill?
1, 2, 3.
Ow.
Chick McGee. Oh, there's blood.
Fine. Are we all happy now? Are we all happy now?
I'm getting queasy.
Wow.
Are we all just... I'm bleeding now. Okay.
Oh, maybe that's just a freckle. I'm sorry.
We're all... Oh, she's taking a freckle off.
No, she's taking a layer of skin off.
Oh,
Hey, look at
good.
that. Now there's like a little ponytail at the bottom.
Well, remove that. That's got to go.
That's got to go, yeah.
Okay, now I think you better...
Would you stop looking at my ass?
I think we have to buff it up again and do the second coat because he's got this huge bush over here on the side.
What? No,
Well-
there's no need to do any more. No.
He's going to let it all grow back
Don't you
anyway.
want it to be symmetrical?
I don't care. I really don't.
We're going to Florida soon. You're going to be walking around with like one sideburn on your
That's
ass.
fine.
Oh.
Okay, now we're getting some more hot
That's
wax.
going to look good in a bathing suit, Chick.
Does the hot wax feel good though? Is there a plus there? Is it kind of relaxing, like when you're getting a shampoo?
High colonic, yeah. A little bit of that, a little bit of the same pressure back
I
there.
see.
Apparently she's waxing a little lower
Okay, now
than I
this
thought.
time what I'd like to try doing, Jill, I'd like to have a Chick actually reading the sports, and then just sometime during his sports cast when I signal
Surprise him.
you pull it without warning.
Fine.
When I go like this, I'm going to go like this with my finger, and you just go. Go ahead, start sports.
Knicks 102, Pacers 99.
Now see if you, the audience, can figure out when it was pulled.
Ewing scored 31 in the Knicks' fourth straight win. You know what?
What?
I'm starting to like it. I like it.
Is this going to be an every other Thursday thing?
Hit me again. Next girl that takes me on is going to light up like a pinball machine. Yeah, do it again. Hit me in the head.
Okay.
I'm a badass.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
I think we're done.
Alcohol on that now.
Are we done?
I think we're done. I think most of the hair is gone.
Oh, wow.
Now you're not only a badass, but a smooth ass.
I am a badass.
Now, what is this you're putting on now?
This is oil just to remove the...
Yeah,
How does that feel?
Oh, that feels actually
See,
very
that's worth it all right there.
Giddy up. All right. All right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not Jill applying that.
That's Warren again.
Wow.
I'm feeling something a little tacky back there.
What would that be?
There's still a little bit of wax in the towel.
To the towel.
Oh, that's,
Son of a... Okay, that's hurting.
yeah, that looked painful. That looked very painful.
I'm ready.
Baby!
Yeah, that looked pretty painful.
That was like stuck right to you.
Alrighty.
Man, you're not going to get those pants off either.
We about done there, Marquis?
That would be Marquis de Sade.
Caramba.
See, now it looks really funny because you've got like this little ass goatee.
Yeah, you got to get the rest
Because
of
at the bottom of your back now.
No, I'm not going any farther.
Thank you. Thank you. The voice. What are you doing back there? That's hurting.
What did you say, Jill?
I'm not reading.
You're not,
I'm not going any farther.
but he has this ass goatee now. Just before, above his
Leave my
crack,
ass
there's this
goatee
little.
alone. I like it. It shows I'm hip.
It's kind of a Generation X, like a soul patch.
There you
if
go.
you're right.
Tom,
It's
I
a soul
couldn't
patch.
help but notice, but she pointed and she said, I'm not removing that.
Wow, what's down
I
there?
don't know, but it's pretty scary.
It's as soft as a baby's butt, chick.
Who's touching me back there?
That's Jill and
Is
Christy.
everyone touching me?
Yeah, everyone's going for a
Christy-
little tour.
Well,
Christy-
about a quarter for each touch.
Christy,
on,
give it a
see the
little,
hairless
give it a
man.
little
We
pat.
might
Go
as well.
on.
There's a little slot there.
See the hairless man. Come by. Come on.
Oh. Do you want to hear the credit card test on?
There's nothing there. It's smooth.
It's very smooth.
I'll bet it is.
We'll do the credit card
You got a
test.
picture of Chick's smooth ass so we can put that on the internet?
Oh, do we? Can I have some wallets? Some wallet sizes?
Okay, now first we'll do my chin.
All right, that's rough.
Okay, now we'll do Chick's newly waxed
I dare you.
lower back.
I dare you to fart, Chick.
Wait a minute.
Quiet, please.
I'm working one up. Very smooth.
Very smooth. Very smooth. I've got to.
You know, it's a little numb.
Is it?
It's gone a little numb.
I'll bet it has.
It's like a saddle block. It's
You know,
gone a little.
I couldn't help but notice, but when we were doing the young lady, this room was packed. When we started doing
People
it, it
looking-
slowly emptied out.
People looking in from the other
Who
room.
cares? Who
What are you
cares?
doing? What are you doing? Leave it
She's
alone.
posing. Jill is actually posing for a picture for the internet with your ass.
Keep the
Like
cheek.
Tijuana when they get their pictures taken with a donkey. Thank you.
Well,
Okay.
Oh my, there is a breeze back there now.
it's to be a little chilly now for you back there.
Wow.
Look at that.
Well, I'm going to go back to my mic.
All right. Look
That's
at all
DNA.
that hair.
That's DNA right there.
That's amazing. Jill, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Sure, something you can
Thank you, Jill.
a moment you'll never forget, I
Yes.
guarantee.
And remember
thanks,
to leave your card for the trial.
And thanks to Tammy for getting her bikini waxing this morning.
I'm gonna have a nightmare.
Oh my.
Very, very fine. Could we have sports, or are you afterglowing?
I'm kind of.
Would you like a cigarette, Chick?
I'm a little content right now.
Kind of,
Alrighty. Let's see. Where are we here?
Bob just threw Chick a cigarette.
NBA has penalized Doug Collins for an early withdrawal.
Yep, you look.
Yeah, you look like a smoker.
smoker.
Always doing tricks.
Oh yeah.
The NBA has penalized Doug Collins for an early withdrawal. The Pistons coach fined $5,000 for leading his team off the court with less than 1 second remaining in Tuesday's loss against the Magic. Collins was pretty pissed when Orlando's Anthony Bowie called timeout with 2.7 seconds remaining. The Magic ahead by 20, and Bowie was trying to get his first career triple-double and called time to set up the play. Collins waved his players to the side of the court, allowed Bowie to get his moment of personal glory before heading to the locker room. And I think Anthony Bowie should pay that $5,000. Don't
Yep.
you guys?
Yes, I do.
That'd be a nice gesture.
Other scores: Toronto 107, Charlotte 89, Atlanta beat Vancouver 98-93, Orlando 112, Boston 90, San Antonio beat Washington 112-101, Miami 102, Detroit 93, New York beat Indiana 102-99, Sacramento 122, Milwaukee 97, Utah 107, Philly 84, and the Clippers beat Minnesota 110-96.
You know, I just realized.
What?
Chick is our lab rat.
Thanks, Cookie.
Is there any wonder
I wonder if
was...
we can grow breasts on him.
Well, I don't know. I've got a little bit of it.
You might want to have hair removed there, too. I
Yeah,
think.
probably.
Alabama struggled before reaching the NIT semis for the fourth time in school history. Eric Washington poured in 25. Alabama blew a 9-point lead before nipping South Carolina 68-67. The Cox go down to defeat. And the Crimson Tide will meet Tulane in Tuesday's semis at Madison Square Garden. Gerald Honeycutt recorded 18 of his 25 in the second half. Green Wave
What's so funny?
beat Illinois State
Chick's
83-72.
face is burnt in my mind.
No, he's still sweating, too. That's the thing.
Did it hurt?
It feels good, doesn't it, now?
Why are you talking like that? Trying not to wake the baby. What's your problem? March Madness continues tonight in the East and Midwest brackets of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Top-ranked UMass faces... Oh, of course it hurt. What are you, crazy? Mm-hmm. UMass faces Arkansas.
But you didn't cry.
No, I didn't cry. There were no tears, were there?
No.
And you're not going to see me cry either. My gosh. UMass, Arkansas, Georgetown, Texas Tech, Kentucky, and Utah tonight, Louisville, and Wake Forest. Let's see, what else we got here? Lon Kruger's going to be the head coach of Illinois. Free agent quarterback Randall Cunningham is looking for a team. He said he had nothing to do with that billboard in St. Louis advertising his availability. The billboard reads, "Need a quarterback? 1-800-000-0012. And underneath that is Cunningham's name. I don't know who put it there, said Randy, but I hope the Rams see it and agree with it.
Really?
That's what he says. Dallas County Police are wondering why Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin was in a motel room when a woman was arrested on drug charges March 4th. Irvin expected to testify before a grand jury today and could face charges. Police in Irving say they discovered marijuana, Mary Jane, 13, hemp, a little rope.
Fine.
Maybe he was delivering pizza.
Cocaine and drug paraphernalia in a room occupied by Irvin, former cowboy Alfredo Roberts, and two others. Nicolas Cage, the actor, and... No, just
kidding.
Was not there. He was not there. And Angela Renee Beck, the lone person arrested at the scene. Las Vegas will serve as the temporary home of the Oakland A's while the Coliseum is being renovated. Sounds like a good move to me. They go from, how many is the Coliseum seat? About 40, 50,000 to 9,300-seat Cashman Field. That'll work. NHL winners last night: Montreal, Boston, Detroit, San Jose, Calgary, Colorado, and Dallas beat the Blues 2-1. And that's sports. I'm a badass.
And a shaved badass.
Christy.
Ooh, boy.
Okay, we're going to change the pace of the show. That's my job.
All right, go right ahead.
This is sad, so no jokes.
Okay.
21 people have died on the Zanzibari island of Pemba this week after eating poisoned turtle meat, according to a Tanzania radio station.
Where was that now? Pemba?
Pemba.
Poisoned turtle meat?
Yeah.
God, that's got to be a slow death.
I said no jokes.
Get out!
Man.
Oh, man. Enough.
That wasn't a joke. That was just,
That was just an observation.
Just an observation.
If you get a hold of bad turtle meat,
Yeah.
do you get the runs, or is it more like the
walks?
Creeps. It's kind of a
creeps.
kind of a
I don't know what it is. I don't know. That's.
I've never had bad turtle meat.
Me either.
Wouldn't know.
I've never had turtle meat.
Me either.
At least-
Turtle
At
shell.
least that I know of.
Turtle stuff.
From the Broad Comedy Club, we have a special guest in the studio. Comedian Bob Worley. We'll be talking to Bob in a matter of seconds. Weather forecast is of interest. Variably cloudy skies, cold, not a lot more snow on the way, though maybe some light flurries. High today about 35. A lot of parts of Indiana got hit very, very hard. One of the biggest snows in a long time for some parts of Indiana. Indianapolis didn't get hit too hard, quite frankly, but some of the surrounding areas got hit very, very hard yesterday. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
What is the deal with the snow?
Morning.
Comedian Bob Worley is here with us.
I don't like this snow thing.
Why would you?
Well, you know, last time I was caught in a snowstorm in Central Park riding on a bus. The bus broke down right in the middle of the park. We were stuck in the snow, stuck.
Really?
So you know what we had to do then?
No.
We had to start eating people. I mean, we didn't know when we were going to be saved, right? You're stuck there. You got to do something. Just then another bus pulled up, but it was too late. I was stuffed. I mean, you can only eat so much, right? And after a while,
Oh, no way.
Not another leg. No, thank you.
so I'm staying off the bus.
No, good.
Bob Worley is our guest. Chick McGee just walked in and out. Chick has just finished having the lower back.
He doesn't look good.
The Harry Wally, as we call it.
I think he likes the way it feels on his shirt. He's walking around and feels kind of good on the back there.
It's velour.
Had the small of his back waxed on the show this morning, and it's very smooth. So the waxing process does seem to work.
Yeah,
there is some pain involved, apparently.
Maybe I should get mine done. I have a spot of hair on my back. I should.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it keeps moving around, though. That's sometimes hard to locate. One time it's on the shoulder, then it's moved down. It's
frightening. Yeah.
Hey, you're a family man. I know that, Bob.
Yes, I am.
How many kids you have?
I have 2.
How old are they?
My son will be 7 when I go back. I can't believe it. It's this Sunday. He's going to be 7. It seems like he was just born. Just like yesterday. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be odd if he was born yesterday, because he wouldn't be 7. I guess.
No, he wouldn't be.
And he's still huge. He's still a big 10-pound head. Just his body is going into his head finally. That's the thing. It's amazing. And the fun thing, though, because your son's playing basketball, I played soccer this year. I was his coach.
Oh, you were?
Soccer coach, yeah. I love it. I love being around a bunch of 6-7-year-old smoothless, hairy. I mean, the boys. It's nice.
I know what you're saying. No, yeah.
Fine. And you have another child as well?
Yeah, my daughter. She just turned 5.
Great.
And yeah, it's a cute age. Unfortunately, though, we can't keep her from eating the pets. We had a bowl full of goldfish the other day, and now it's empty. I saw a picture of Dana Carvey on an old Rolling Stone cover of mine with eating a goldfish. She said, Daddy, can I eat the goldfish? Oh, yeah, go ahead, honey. Kids don't know sarcasm.
They don't know sarcasm.
Minutes later, I look over the fishbowl. It's empty, and I see the last goldfish stuck in her mouth and just going, the little tail just flipping around like this. Honey, what are you doing?
You said I could.
I know, but I told her, you can't eat your pets, honey. You can't eat your pets. I'm afraid to get a dog, I come home, just a little tail flipping around out of her mouth. Peppy.
Chihuahua.
Now, you're on the road all the time, I know, by yourself, because you're a comedian, but do you take the kids on the vacations? You ever going to...
if we cannot get there within an hour, we don't go there.
Was that right?
We're flying, because I'm not going to go anywhere in a car with 2 kids, especially that age. Because, when you're a kid, as soon as you're out of the driveway, you're bored out of your mind.
Sure.
You're just sitting in the backseat going, oh, yeah, this is great. Yeah, great idea not to run the air conditioner, Dad, to save on gas. That's brilliant. No, turn up that country music. Because I remember how I was. I mean, I'm sure you guys remember.
Oh, yeah. We did along.
Torture my dad, which might explain why he's not around anymore. Just amuse yourself, just smack him in the back of the head just to hear that head hit that horn. Just a really another good one, too, to keep yourself amused is to get like a really sharp stick or pencil and make insect noises and stick them right in the back of the neck. You guys ever do that? Always in the same spot, though. Very important.
Oh, really?
Because then you start to lose a little bit of blood. Hey, I'm getting tired. We better pull over. Then you finally get a chance to go to the bathroom.
I just went in the car.
Did you really?
It was so much easier.
Well, usually they make you go on something. You ever do that?
That was before they invented rest stops.
Depends. That's what our dad would just wrap it. Here, take these rags right there. Wrap it around you. A Coke bottle's what he would use. Go on that! Which is fine, for a little kid, because you can actually, stick that.
Fill it up.
Sure, yeah.
I guess girls couldn't do that.
No, they can't do that.
Oh, they always have helpful little remarks. Say, tie it in or not? Which is hard, because the thing keeps getting, a little... You're trying, but it's not cooperating. Say, hey, standing up on me now. I had to wait a little bit, have somebody put their finger there and really... it's just a granny. What a granny. It's the best I can do at this point. I mean, I can do the bow knot now.
Sure.
But, granny, that's all I can do.
I can do a bowline now.
Yeah.
Little. Remember, make the hole. Rabbit goes in the hole. Comes out.
That never holds either, by the way.
The bowline.
No. It's just.
Oh, okay.
Everywhere.
Bob Worley is our guest, but right now we have this special, important message.
First, the legend of Forrest Gump warmed our hearts.
I'm not a very smart man, but I do know what love is. I have to pee.
Then, the story of mountain girl Nell tugged at our emotion-filled heartstrings.
Like a tie in the wind, Mr. Tie Tie.
Now, Imbecile Pictures presents the love story of a lifetime. Oscar winners Jodie Foster and Tom Hanks are together in Nell Meets Forrest Gump.
Oh, no.
I'm not a very smart man, but I think I've knocked you up, Jenny. I mean, Nell.
Oh, Mr. Chicken Pie, run, Forrest.
I can't run, Nell. My mama always said that if I put my worm in for a turn in the stubble, if I run from it, someone might shoot me in the buttocks.
Nell and Forrest Gump. Two simpleton morons that really don't know how to do much except reproduce.
Nell and I go together like peas and carrots. My mama always said sex was like a box of chocolates. The ones with the cherries are better.
Haunted dim island.
These backward jackasses don't have a clue. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll thank God you're not dim-witted cretins like Nell and Forrest Gump.
My mama always said you could tell a lot about a person by their shoes, except for Lieutenant Dan. You know, Nell never did wear no shoes, though. Nell's the only girl that nice man in the White House didn't nail. Later, somebody put a bullet in that nice man's head. Why'd they have to do that?
Haunted dim island.
Nell meets Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I'm tuned to harmony.
Like Nell says, coming soon to a theater near
And now, from Bob and Tom's private collection, we proudly present...
Grab your little lady, tip your hat and smile. Break into the two-step, just avoid the pile. Under western skies, the dance floor's covered with cow pies. Do the cow pie shuffle. The barnyard is our ballroom as we break into the trots. I hope the moon is full so we can miss them messy spots. It's the quick stop, double hop, miss the plop, just drop, grab a mop, cow pie shuffle. Won't you move across the dance floor? Grab a rope and steer that heifer near. Hop that stool and tie her to a fence post. As you utter those sweet nothings in her ear. Now listen here. Stomp your feet and holler, but make sure you look down. Them snakeskin boots you're wearing won't look too good in brown. Now everybody clog and jump that prairie log to the cow pie shuffle. Now you're really moving. You got the hang of it. Just grab another partner if your first one steps in. It's the just let still wet, ain't set, better yet, watch your step, cow pie shuffle. Won't you move across the dance floor? Grab a rope and steer that heifer near. Hop that stool and tie her to a fence post. As you utter those sweet nothings in her ear. Now listen here. Bessie, you're looking good tonight. It's the quick stop, double hop, miss the plop, just drop, grab a mop, cow pie shuffle. One more time. It's the just let still wet, ain't set, better yet, watch the step, cow pie shuffle.
Pile of it. And, the cow pie shuffle. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. Joining us in the studio, well, Chick McGee is now showing off his hairless lower back. Where
I had to check it out. I had not seen it since it was, I saw it before.
Waxed.
There is like a smooth, because this is the first time I'm actually
touching it.
No, normally,
You know, the sad thing, he's not talking about his back. That's what scares
well,
me.
normally I just, I get carried away when I do this. But there is a definite, like, they're smooth, and then there's a little stubble or a little hair around it.
With the hair gone, you know what that provides an opportunity for?
No.
Tattoo?
Hey.
Yes. Did I send you a Christmas card this year?
There's tomorrow's show right
no,
there.
As a matter of fact, you didn't.
I didn't think I did. I thought we were moving. Okay, anyway.
I see.
In fact, you didn't.
Chick, thank you for getting waxed. That was a good lesson for all of us.
You're welcome.
I hope we've helped people make their decisions about personal waxing. How much pain was there? Was it
like getting waxed? If I've helped one person, I think.
Sure.
I was surprised at the color. I didn't know they it was a teal.
Sort of a teal, greenish, bluish.
Yeah, I expected just kind of a beige, white wax them.
There were a couple of them that hurt pretty good when she did it slowly and kind of tore it off like.
Well, we asked her to.
You know, I noticed that's when she was grinning.
That was the bad part.
Bob, could you cue up Hurt So Good?
the quick tears were not that bad. It was a little more than a Band-Aid. Whoever told you that was lying.
Oh, I made that up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted you to go through with it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Ivy League boy.
For me, though, still the highlight of the day is Tom 409ing his American Express.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. Any psychologist worth his salt will tell you that's psychotic behavior.
It's so anal. It's amazing.
Oh, you never know where that's been.
What's been your card?
Well, scratching in that groin area first to check for stubble. One just as a matter of being sanitary.
So it's just common sense in your book?
Sure.
Okay.
Stick a card in that area, you clean it. Yeah.
All righty.
In fact, during the break, I was thinking of actually 409ing all of my credit cards.
Oh, really? I'm sure that'll screw up the magnetic
I hope
strip on the back somehow.
Fine.
Spraying his hand.
We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with our guest comedian, Bob Worley. We've got some news and sports coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, 295, you're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Once again, eastbound I-74 at a standstill from Crawfordsville to Danville, Illinois. According to police, over 200 semis are in traffic and not moving. Once again, that's I-74 at a standstill from Crawfordsville to Danville, Illinois. Westbound I-74 over there also.
How far is that?
Slow.
Long way.
This portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by
An Indy Tire. Whew, March Madness is set in at all 7 Indy Tire locations. They're crazy. They're nuts. They're mad. You'll find outrageous deals from General Tires and Monroe Shocks. Buy 3, get the 4th tire free on tires and struts. Indy Tire, where you get more mileage for your money. Say it with me. Indy Tire.
Indy Tire.
Indy Tire.
Indy Tire. Did I say it right?
Indy Tire, Indy Tire, Indy Tire.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Cloudy and cold today. Flurries possible. High around 33. Good morning. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello.
We're back. And with us in the studio, comedian Bob Worley is here, along with Chick McGee, who just had his back waxed on the air.
How you feeling now, Chick?
It's okay. It's getting a little, I can tell it's
a little
back
tender?
there. Yeah, a little tender. Yeah.
Tell by the way you're not really leaning against the back of the chair.
No, I'm not, no, it's a little tender.
You actually have good posture.
I would, yeah, for once. I would not recommend back wax. I think it should be outlawed, is what I'm trying to say.
Now, how about the bikini wax? What do you think about that? Do you think it's okay for ladies to do?
I think that's okay for ladies to do. Yeah.
But
first he kind of balked on that, and then you said ladies, and oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Fine. Although
you had a lot of hair back there.
Little hair. I kind of like that. Little hair.
I thought you were wearing a sweater under this thing.
Chick. This coming from the man that referred to his upper lip hair as a flavor saver.
A womb broom? Yeah, sure.
I got it.
I'm getting very uncomfortable, too.
Hey, can you hand me that 409? I'd like to clean that right now.
To clean that off.
It's time now for sports with
Oh,
Chick
my
McGee.
God. Really?
Is it?
I got rid of the theme hours ago.
Well, sure you did. Why wouldn't you?
I thought we were done.
Where's my badass theme?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Where's my badass theme?
Oh, you want badass theme? Is this it?
Let's get ready to rumble! Because I am a badass.
You need to say it.
I'll let the midget talk here. Hang on.
There's a midget?
Here it comes.
The plane.
Y'all ready for this?
See, the midget comes out.
Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
I guess not.
I love it when I'm referred to as y'all. I love that.
What is that?
Y'all.
That is the most overused piece of music at sporting events.
It's actually called Get Ready for This by 2 Unlimited from the ESPN Jock Jams.
How do you know that that's a midget, by the way?
The best part is the Let's Get Ready to Rumble. That's the only reason we have it.
Who started that?
That guy on the boxing match.
The boxing match guy. What is his name? Not Jimmy Lennon Jr., but...
I don't know. A dark-haired guy. I don't know.
Didn't you forget some boxer's name once?
Have you ever met this guy?
No, I never have.
He thinks he's Charlton Heston.
Is that right?
I mean, he thinks that what he does is right up there with the 10 Commandments.
Really?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Get Ready to Rumble is right up there.
Yeah, let's hear it.
It's got that cheesy synthesizer.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
The main event.
Jesus Christ.
Let's get ready to rumble.
What's his name?
Now, see, if Moses had given us the 10 Commandments in that style.
Oh, it would have been much more
I
enjoyable.
think Moses would have bought a better synth. That's a really crappy synthesizer. Sounds like that Todd Rundgren song, Bang a Drum.
Yeah, well, that's
the song that made me stop buying Todd's albums permanently.
that
God.
song.
Gun, please. Sorry.
It doesn't even say rumble, it just says rumble.
Rumble!
It sounded, well, when I first heard that, I didn't know, I mean, this was a few years ago. I didn't know where it had been coming from, and I thought it was somebody trying to do bad Keith Jackson impression.
No, it's the guy from the. I know it's the guy from the boxing. Yeah,
I've seen the guy do it.
We have an answer
But is he
here.
the first guy?
Morning Bob and Tom show. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Jim Hart. The guy's name's Michael Buffer.
Michael Buffer. That's right. Very good.
Did he write that line?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think he did. I think he's been doing that for a long time. Thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
All right.
Wow. He really doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Not at all.
Michael
Buffer.
Hey, look, it's right there. It says Michael Buffer.
CD case right in front of him.
He's credited with that?
Yes. Let's get ready to rumble. Michael Buffer.
Okay,
will my name
now,
be
wait a
on
second.
the CD?
The one time I did see this guy, I recall he was reading it off a card. How tough could it be?
I think those were the other ring announcements he had.
Is he backstage going, okay,
let's get ready to rumble? No.
Wait a minute. Welcome to
Get
Madison
ready to
Square.
rumble. No.
Well, maybe that explains the rumble. It might have been a misprint. Let's get rid of the rumble.
I told you that one time I went, they have a fight night here in town, and I went to, MC it, and I did, every other match, and there was an actual guy there who knew what he was doing, but I did every other one. And I introduced, the totally wrong boxer in one of the matches. And the guy looks at me and goes, "That's not my name."
Oh, one of the boxers did?
Yeah.
What'd you call him, dude?
No.
Are you, by the way, are you allowed to say, let's get ready to rumble? Is that copyrighted?
I bet it's copywritten. It must be copywritten.
Probably so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's at every NBA event. You know, the NBA is so original, and if one team...
The whole Bulls intro thing now, everyone
does
lights
that, yeah.
out. Yeah. Then they all do that song. What's that thing called? You stand up. What is it?
Rock and Roll Part 2.
No, it's something like "Oh Say, Can You See?" What's that thing that they do? It's
National Anthem.
National Anthem. Yeah, that thing.
Well, that's only big here. I don't know if you go outside.
know.
Canada.
In Denver,
that was really good. I really didn't think you knew.
Here's another big one.
You were acting over there.
I was acting. I'm an
actor. This one's at every one of the basketball games.
This guy, Gary Glitter, now owns a Quick Lube place in Manchester.
And he's getting nothing for this, I
No,
understand.
he's not getting a dime.
Yeah, how'd that work?
I don't know. He got screwed, didn't he?
No, apparently, someone was trying to explain this to me. Apparently, ASCAP and BMI and the licensing agencies have a different philosophy on music that's heard in the background at sporting events, as opposed to, in other words, if they played that on the regular part of the, in other words, if they played that directly, and not on the PA at the event, but over the audio for the TV, it would be different. But since you're hearing it in the background,
then why in the world would a club who plays a radio have to pay ASCAP royalties if it's just background music?
Why don't they just hire an organist?
I don't know.
See, ASCAP.
No, they pay them. They pay them.
Oh, they do?
But not. There's apparently some stadium thing that's not. I don't know why, but they don't get as much for that. Doesn't make sense. You'd think that guy would get tons of it because there are 80,000 people listening to his song. But you're right. You walk into a 7-Eleven and the radio's on. They're paying ASCAP.
You have to
BMI.
pay. You bet you're due.
But only if it goes through a PA system.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. If it's just a radio and if it's a portable radio that one person's hearing, they don't have to pay. But that's a huge controversy.
Oh, you bet it is.
But the point is, Gary Glitter's not getting it done.
No, he isn't. Not a cent.
And it's a great song. A Gary Glitter fundraiser?
What do you think?
I agree. Yeah.
Money for Gary?
Well, he gets money when we play it. Play it again.
Play it again.
There you go. Money for you, Gary.
Here's your 6 cents, Gary.
Hey, is that how much it is?
I think it's less than that, Christy.
Oh, sorry.
I believe the
Play it again, then.
I believe the rate. The rate is it's difference between AM and FM. AM, and this was 10 years ago. I don't know if it's been raised or not. AM, you got half cent every time it was played.
So he's getting 6.5
and
cents.
2 cents every time it was played on FM.
Oh, so you got 6 cents there because we played it 3 times.
Well, just keep it playing
Do you
during.
have to play the whole thing, or do you have to
Now,
play?
see, now it's in the background. I don't know. Does it count?
We're on more than one station.
Ah.
And I'm sure there's someone writing it around. Gary Glitter.
Gary Glitter.
'Cause
Gary
we of
Glitter.
course, have an accountant that sits in the back and writes down everything we say.
No, in fact, I take that back. 10 years ago, AM was more than FM.
But I'm sure that's changed now.
Well, I would think.
I wouldn't bet.
But AM was the main band in radio many years ago, and that's where they paid the big dollars.
What if the guy who keeps the accountant who keeps track of that sitting under a bridge? Is that?
How's he going to hear it?
How's he going to hear it? Yeah. So the AM would be less then.
Chip Wright.
Thank you very much. NBA scores last night. Toronto 107, Charlotte 89, Atlanta 98, Vancouver 93. Orlando 112, Boston
You don't
90.
want Gary to get his due?
He gets it now. We played enough.
San Antonio 112, Washington 101. What else?
We are the champions.
What else you got on there, bud?
Who else deserves some money?
Oh, and by the way, you know, the last NBA game I went to, I ain't saying what the team was, but when they win, there's this Queen song that they play at the end. There's no stopping us now. Stop that. Miami 102, Detroit 93 last night. Knicks 102, Indiana 99.
It's big in the lacrosse arenas.
Rick Smits had 3 points.
And 6 fouls.
Just the village people?
Yeah, YMCA, man.
Coming up right now.
Hey, here's a song about sodomizing young boys in a big city YMCA.
There's no need to feel down.
Yes,
Feel
there is.
down?
Sacramento
Go
122,
down.
Milwaukee 97, Utah beat Philly 107-84, and the Clippers beat Minnesota 110-96.
And a big congratulations to the NBA.
Yeah, I was going to, go ahead. Penalizing Doug Collins.
Penalizing Doug Collins for having credibility.
Yeah, no
when
kidding.
Anthony Bowie, did you see it last night?
I was watching you last night. I saw it.
Pull it up.
Unbelievable.
Set up the story again, please.
Well, 2 nights ago in Orlando, Detroit's losing by 20 with 2 seconds left. Anthony Bowie of the Magic calls timeout. With his team up 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Why? So he can get a triple-double. He needs one more assist for a triple-double. Brian Hill claims that he doesn't have anything to do with it. Yet he lets his team go. I mean, I would have taken, if he apologized after the game. Well, Brian, you had a full minute and a half to come up with the following 2 strategies. Either, number 1, take his ass out of the game for doing that, and then he can't get a triple-double. Or number 2, tell them to simply kill the ball once it comes in bounds.
Right.
And not. Doug Collins took his team off the floor.
Maybe you had to go to the bathroom.
No.
You got to go.
So Doug Collins got the fine and not Anthony Bowie?
Then Doug Collins gets fined by the NBA $5,000.
That is bull.
For taking his team off the floor and giving the game a little bit of credibility.
Wow.
It was great, though, because Bowie goes running after Doug Collins after the game. And, of course, he goes ahead and runs the play as they diagrammed it on the sideline so that he gets his final assist and he gets a triple-double. Then he goes running full speed for Doug Collins, who's leaving the floor livid. And Doug Collins just pushes him away. Get away from me.
Maybe we should make this like the Roger Maris triple-double, a little asterisk on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think Orlando should be a marked team.
They are a marked team.
How many members of that team can spell triple-double? What I want to know.
Oh, boy.
This portion of sports is sponsored this morning.
It is?
By special request.
All right.
Wow, what am I going to do? I've got to get this box to Los Angeles by tomorrow.
So just FedEx it.
Are you kidding? It's too big.
Well, then overnight it by train.
By train. All the way across the country, overnight. Are you crazy?
No, pal, he's not crazy. The famous Norfolk and Winston Railroad has just merged with WayPal Delivery Services. Together, our new company will revolutionize the overnight delivery business. Ask for us by name. We're...
Hold it. You're telling me you can get this 2,000-pound package from New York to L.A. overnight by train?
Norfolk and WayPal, overnight. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely, positively, we will get you through it. There's Norfolk and WayPal, we are gonna do it.
When you go by rail, no package is too large. And we'll get it there overnight.
Norfolk and Way, pal.
That's the name. We do it by train, cross country, by rail, overnight. There's Norfolk and Way, pal.
Here at the Bronx Zoo, we actually shipped Washoe the gorilla to the San Diego Zoo overnight. We had to pry his eyes open on the West Coast, but he's fine now. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely, positively, we will get you through it. There's Norfolk and Way, pal, we are gonna do it.
Ask for us by name. Overnight by train. Norfolk and Way, pal. Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk, Virginia. It's an amazing delivery service. It's very fine. Back to sports with Chick McGee. Chickster.
NIT action last night. Tom, would you care to make an observation?
I hate to nitpick.
Right. Alabama 68, South Carolina 67 last night. Tulane, Gerald Honeycutt had 18 of his 25 in the second half of the Green Waves, 83-72 win over Illinois State. March Madness continues tonight. The East and Midwest brackets of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Top-ranked UMass faces Arkansas. They've been in the last 2 title games. Georgetown faces Texas Tech in the other East Regional semi. Kentucky will try to advance in the Midwest with a win tonight against Utah. And Louisville meets Wake Forest in the other Midwest matchup. Tough underneath the basket during NCAA games and almost as dangerous during the news conferences. UMass guard Carmelo Treviso injured his back when he fell off a podium yesterday during a media session in Atlanta. Trainer Ron Lamb says Treviso wasn't seriously injured and is expected to play tonight against the Razorbacks.
Are you supposed to stand on those things? Those speech podiums?
Well, see, we've gone through that.
No, it's kind of a stage thing.
The podium is the stage. The lectern is the thing that most people call a podium. That's what we've determined.
Dallas County police are wondering why Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin was in a motel room when a woman was arrested on drug charges March 4th. Irvin, expected to testify before a grand jury today, could face charges. Police in Irving, Texas say they discovered marijuana, Mary Jane M13 hemp rope, a little pot, smoke, herb, weed.
Hold on. Morning, Bob and Tom show.
Oh, yeah, Bob and Tom, Carmelo Treviso.
Who?
Carmelo Treviso.
Oh, hi, Carmelo.
Hi, how you doing?
Fine. What can we do for you?
My back kind of bothering me, you know.
Fell off a podium, eh?
Yeah, I tell you, I just had...
Boy, he's having a bad week, isn't he?
Hello?
Carmelo?
He's gone. He's having a real bad week.
We lost him.
That is a bad day.
Seattle Seahawks proposed move to Anaheim has angered Cortez Kennedy. News Tribune of Tacoma reports the Seahawks defensive tackle filed a complaint through the Players Association last week saying the team has failed to supply training facilities in the Seattle area. Team owner Ken Berrien closed the Kirkland, Washington practice facility in preparation for a move to SoCal, Southern California. The Seahawks have opened a training facility in Anaheim, but the NFL has not given approval to that franchise move yet. And speaking of movements...
Yeah, like they can do anything about it.
Las Vegas will serve as the temporary home of the Oakland Athletics while the Coliseum renovations are completed. The A's will open the season April 1st against the Toronto Blue Jays at the 9,300-seat Cashman Field.
Hey!
A storied field.
Guaranteed
there.
sellout. What do you think?
9,300?
9,300 people at Cashman Field.
And you can play the slots while you're waiting.
Yeah, I'll bet you can.
I bet you can, too. NHL last night, Montreal 3, Hartford 2. Boston beat New Jersey 2-1. Detroit 4, Toronto 3 in overtime. San Jose 7, Winnipeg 1. Calgary beat Chicago 3-2. Colorado 5, Los Angeles 2. And Dallas beat the Blues by a score of 2-1. Free agent quarterback Randall Cunningham's looking for a team, but he said he had nothing to do with that billboard in St. Louis advertising his availability. The billboard says, need a quarterback? Call 1-800, yada, yada. And underneath that is Cunningham's name. I don't know who put it there, but I hope the Rams see it and agree with it. From Randall Cunningham. They need a quarterback.
Yeah, they do now, don't they?
And that's sports. I'm a badass.
Is a badass.
Giddy up. Christy.
Is that rawhide because of the waxing? Because it looks pretty
Thank
raw.
you.
A 17
Bow to me. Bow to Zola.
Bow to Zola.
Zolak.
A 17-year-old Hong Kong girl disappeared into the sky in China, strapped to a hot air balloon after the line tethering her to the ground snapped. She was from a tour group visiting Panyu in southern China near Hong Kong, and she was trying out the amusement ride in which she was attached to the balloon via a harness. The line snapped and she drifted skyward. She was found later in Dongguan, 25 miles away. The girl was hospitalized for treatment.
Wow.
Holy cow. That's a ride, though. You
That
get
is
money
a
for it.
ride.
She
E-ticket right
No
there.
It's an
complaint there.
e-ticket, yeah.
Dongguan?
Dongguan.
They better call that guy that called earlier, that club with the name.
Dongguan. The
Dongguan.
greatest lover of all time.
I love you.
Dongguan.
I'm sure I smell a little
Dongguan.
bit, but... So she's at an amusement park,
Uh-huh.
strapped to a hot air balloon.
When the line broke.
Whoops.
How rude of me.
How rude of me.
Can I get you some?
Would you like some nasty stuff?
I read about this amusement park. This is the place that has the bumper cars that go 90 miles an hour.
Yes.
It's a great amusement park.
Can be very dangerous there.
The violentest place on earth.
Oh, and we do have kind of an entertainment news teaser. One story just to get you going.
All right.
The world-famous tenor Luciano Pavarotti has signed papers to obtain a legal separation from his wife of 36 years. Luciana and Azua Pavarotti said in a joint statement they had separated consensually in mutual respect and respect for the family. The 60-year-old Pavarotti reportedly has fallen in love with his 25-year-old secretary, Nicoletta Mantovani, and newspapers have published rumors that Nicoletta may be with Bambino.
Uh-oh.
So you could say that Pavarotti has a crush on her.
I guess. God. That is ugly.
That is an ugly thought,
I mean,
man.
you know.
He is crushing the hell out
Talk
of it.
about a bug stuck on a...
You don't want to see his back waxed.
Oh, boy. Man.
Thank you, Christy. We're taking a short break. We'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
He brought you the greatest music. Q95, you're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
We had a report about 45 minutes ago. Eastbound I-74 at a standstill from Crawfordsville to Danville, Illinois. So avoid that at all costs. We'll try to update you on that before we go. Also, westbound I-74, very slow. Thanks to our guest at the Rutherford Comedy Club, Bob Worley, for stopping by. Thank you very much, Bob. We're going to check in right now with Christy Lee and news headlines.
Good morning.
This is the Bob and Tom program. Christy Lee is here with us. What's up?
Well, you know, motorcycles and the Allman Brothers are back in the news.
Uh-oh.
Greg Allman missed the second half of the band's opening night run at New York's Beacon Theater because of a rib injury sustained in a recent motorcycle accident.
No.
Paige McConnell of Fish filled in for Allman on keyboards while Warren Haynes, handled all the vocals.
You know, that's I would think you'd never jump on a motorcycle.
Yeah, you would think.
Oh, yeah,
that.
I remember about 10 or 15 years ago, he broke his wrist on a dirt bike.
I know, but after losing a brother, you'd think you'd kind of shy away from something.
Well,
like
then they've lost two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because, was Barry Oakley died a year after Dwayne Allman in a motorcycle crash?
Hootie and the Blowfish will tape an MTV Unplugged April 19th at the University of South Carolina in their hometown of Columbia. The show airs April 22nd, the day before their second album, Fairweather Johnson, is released. Their label says there are no plans to release the unplugged performance.
What the hell's a Fairweather Johnson?
I don't know, but I don't think you want to show it to people, okay?
That sounds like a dick joke.
It's nice out. I think I'll leave it out.
A
Okay.
U.S. tour for Hootie and the Blowfish is planned for July.
Christy, we have had a bunch of faxes about this, so I thought I'd read one of these. We had a guy in the air a few weeks back that has a service called Find People Fast.
Oh, sure.
Every time we have this guy on, we get
Jim Locks.
We get a lot of phone calls, so I'm going to read this guy's number, and let me put this in a nutshell for you. What this company is a service that uses computer searching techniques.
They're out of St. Louis, I believe.
Yeah, they're out of St. Louis. Then they find people. For example, they found an old radio chum of mine who I hadn't seen in years. Based on, I knew his full name and the last state he lived in. They tracked him down in about 30 seconds. We have had several situations on this program where we have actually found lost brothers and stuff for people through this guy. Mm-hmm. I had a very nice voicemail the other day from a woman who was reunited with a long-lost family member after calling this guy. In any event, we are always getting requests for this phone number, so I'm going to give it again. The place is called Find People Fast. Find People Fast. The man's phone number is an 800 number, 1-800-829-1807. It usually costs, I think it's between $30 and $40 if it's a simple search.
Mm-hmm. But his name's Jim Locks.
Right. 1-800-829-1807. We get lots of requests for this number. It says they can find people for you, especially if you have, Social Security number, for example.
You have a Social Security number, and they said a date of birth is also very helpful.
But you might want to call the guy if that's what you're curious about. And I think, have we put this guy's phone number on the internet?
I think we have all the 800 numbers up there now.
All righty. Christy, back to you.
If you thought Fairweather Johnson was an interesting name for an album, Metallica has finally released their new album name. It's not out in the stores yet. It's going to be called Load. You can see it in the stores June 4th.
Subtle.
Metallica will headline, of course, Lollapalooza, and that's scheduled to kick off the last week of June. Metallica. Load.
Was it a white album?
I think it's brown.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
Barry Farrell of Jane's Addiction, Porno for Pyros, and Lollapalooza fame is gearing up to jumpstart another new festival titled ENIT. Now, I don't know if it's ENIT, if it's Enit, whatever.
What do we have now? We got Horde.
Yes, we have Lollapalooza. Now we have Enit. It'll focus on environmental issues by day and rock, techno, and world music by night.
What does it stand for?
It doesn't say here.
Environmental something. And technology.
According to Perry Farrell, he wants to limit each Enit event to no more than 10,000 people who are up for enhancing the Earth, with September being targeted as the kickoff date. By the way, Porno for Pyros released their long-awaited follow-up, God's Good Urge, on May 28th.
I've always found it good for the earth when you get 10,000 people together because they leave such a mess.
Sure. And Perry Farrell pockets $1 million, so he's got that going for him.
You betcha.
Alanis Morissette's producer says Mississippi undervalues its native artists. The Mississippi House last month voted to honor Grammy winner Glenn Ballard, only to rescind that honor when some representatives read the raunchy lyrics to Morissette's You Oughta Know. Ballard says other native sons like William Faulkner and Elvis Presley were also criticized by their state because, in Ballard's words, and I quote, their works failed to conform to a narrow sensibility.
I would like to go to the movies with her, the opening line. Go down on you in a theater.
Yes, we understand that.
I'm sorry.
David Letterman is finally telling why he fired longtime producer Robert Morton from The Late Show. Apparently, he had to make a change because he wanted to get what he wanted. He needed someone who was going to pay the most possible attention to making this the best show it can be, quote unquote. Morton had expressed a desire to work on projects other than The Late Show, and Letterman felt it was important that his show's executive producer be committed wholeheartedly to his program. Oh, and by the way, you are seeing more commercials on network television. A survey conducted by the American Association for Advertising Agencies found, on average, the amount of non-programming minutes in prime time increased 2.8% compared to the year before. Just a note, they're already in magazines, on runways, and on billboards, and soon your favorite supermodels will also be in toy stores. Hasbro has announced they'll soon be making doll versions of Claudia Fisher, Naomi Campbell, and Karen Mulder. For each doll sold, Hasbro will make a donation of about 60 cents to the International Red Cross.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So buy your daughters a doll, and the International Red Cross will benefit.
Dolls are smarter than the models. Amazing. They do so much more.
And you ought to see David Copperfield make Claudia disappear. No, never mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
The heart of David disappears every night.
Well, that's...
And the Claudia.
Well, a lot of people don't believe that.
That's what he wants you to think.
That's what he wants you to think.
Claudia the beard shipper?
I think he'd enjoy the doll more, if you know what I'm saying.
Just a rumor.
Yep.
Are they lifelike, those dolls?
Life size, you mean?
I mean, lifelike.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, like, do they have, like, nipples and stuff?
Oh, I don't
doubt
know.
it.
They're probably real
Really?
tiny.
See, now a little girl gets that, and she looks at, and that's what she's supposed to be, and she sees those nipples. They're not there. I mean, she's got to look at herself going, I'm deformed, right? She's out there with a belt sander trying to take hers off. Thank goodness I never saw Ken. Oh, my
never
gosh!
thought about it that way.
Never that severe. My God.
I mean, G.I. Joe doesn't have them either, but, you know, he was a soldier. They could have been blown off, right?
That's true.
Ken, what's his story?
What was the story? Did you see the thing? Oh, gosh. Was it in yesterday's paper? I'm not making this up. I wish I could find it.
What, am I...
About the nun Barbie?
What?
No, I didn't see that.
I heard...
What?
Yes.
Nun
I
Barbie.
swear to God. Wait a minute.
Barbie's a nun?
Yeah, do I have... Oh, it's gone.
Well, if you ever look at her without her clothes, you can
You
understand
notice
why.
she has none, yeah.
No, I'm not kidding. There is a nun Barbie. It, you know, the Barbie doll with a nun. It comes with
got a
The habit.
I'll
habit.
back
The
that
habit.
up. I've heard that, too.
A lot of nuns aren't even wearing habits anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, the Barbie nun wears a habit. I'm wondering if they're kind of setting themselves up, though, for a, you know, like a lack of a aftermarket, because, you know, a lot of the nuns take kind of a vow of poverty. You're not going to have...
A lot of nuns buying each other dolls.
Well, you know, you're not going to have, like, the nun boat. You know,
Are they coming out with a Jesus
Oh, I see
makeup
what you're
or
saying.
the nun.
Oh, the nun.
You know, you're not
going to have
the nun dream
Barbie
home.
nuns, yeah. Dream convertible.
The nun dream home.
Well, you know.
I think it's called heaven.
It's a room of 20 other Barbies.
Father Ken and Stacy.
It's going to be Father Ken, too?
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, Ken's all set for that. He's had the Celadus thing going for about 35 years now. So
He's been neutered.
I swear to God, there's a nun Barbie. I'm not making it up, Paul.
I believe it.
Try to find
I
the article.
don't doubt you. I wouldn't be
You know,
surprised.
actually, Ken's come with underwear. I don't know if you've ever... it sounds
I've never-
stupid. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's on the...
Oh, it's already on the doll?
Yeah, that's kind of sick why I know that, but it's... I have a daughter. That's why I know that. I mean,
Yeah, sure, Bob.
Permanent, like ink.
it is. It's just like...
Well, thank you very much, Christy. We're taking a break and coming back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Tired of the same old places, the same old faces.
Probably a week from today.
Also, we got Live Day coming up. And the Live Day is a special day. It's a week from today. No, it's a week from tomorrow. Isn't
Yes,
it?
a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, I forgot. We moved it to Friday. It's we'll be featuring a variety of artists playing their music live in the studio. Among them, John Hyatt, John Sebastian, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, a great new guitarist, will be our guest. And a couple others. Last year we had Hootie and the Blowfish, Blues Traveler. It's always fun. Hear the music live as it happens. Talk to the artists, see what they're doing. So we'll be doing that coming up next week. Should we play a couple of?
I'm gonna play Hootie from last year.
Okay, this is Hootie and the Blowfish from last year. We just heard Christy saying they've got a new album coming out. What was it called? Fairweather Johnson.
Fairweather Johnson.
Okay, I'm not
So
hip to what
nice out, I left it out.
not hip to what the title means, but we'll find out, I'm sure. This is from last year. This is actually a combination of Toad the Wet Sprocket and Hootie and the Blowfish live on our Live Day show last year.
This is Hold My Hand.
Blues Traveler.
With a little love and some tenderness, we'll walk upon the water, we'll rise above the mist. With a little peace and some harmony, we'll take the world together, we'll take it by the hand. I got a hand for you. Yesterday, I saw you standing there. Your head was down, your eyes were red. Your comb and touch your hair. I said, get over. Let me see you smile. We'll take a walk together. Walk the road a while. 'Cause I got a hand for you. I got a hand for you. I wanna run with you. Let me run with you here. Hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. Hold my hand. I'll take you to a place where you can be. Anything you wanna be, because I wanna love you the best that I can. See, I was wasting, oh, I was a wasting time, till I thought about your problems, thought about your crimes. I stood up, oh, then I screamed aloud. Don't wanna be part of your problems, don't wanna be part of your crowd, no, no. So I got a hand for you, I got a hand for you. I wanna run with you, let me run with you and hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand, hold my hand. I'll take you to the promised land. Hold my hand. Baby, we can't change the world, but I wanna love you the best that I can. Oh, you know. Best that I can, yeah, best that I can.
Right, it's down there.
And now from Bob and Tom's private collection, we proudly present
Ladies
Has Mother Nature's roulette wheel left you flat busted, so to speak?
Many women would love to go from a who cares 34B to a mouth-watering 38 Double D Light. But they're concerned about the cost and potential hazards of traditional implants.
Hi, I'm Nick Love, president of Loveco Industries. Along with my brother Sonny, I've developed a safe, affordable alternative to make mountains out of your molehill. Say hello to our revolutionary new product, Nick and Sonny's Air Hogans.
That's right. We feel our Air Hogans are the biggest development, so to speak, in the entire breast enlargement industry. A few simple pumps on our lifelike nipple inflator valve, and you'll be raising heads all over town.
And your Air Hogans can be adjusted to fit any occasion. A day at the beach, 1 pump. Fashion photo shoot, 2 pumps. Or hey, how about 3 pumps for that date with Bill Clinton?
And our Air Hogans are not only adjustable, but they look and feel like the real things.
Gee, honey, these feel great.
Yes, you heard it right. Air Hogans. Affordable and safe. With silicone implants, a woman may be unaware of leakage and thus exposed to dangerous toxins and expensive replacement surgery.
But not with our Air Hogans. In the unlikely event that they do leak, it's merely fresh air, the way nature intends. And through our unique leak alert system, you'll know the minute one occurs.
Oh, what a lovely dinner party. Is this pate? Excuse me?